Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the show. I'm your host this week, Trent. I'm joined by your other host this week, Reed, and your
What
other
up?
host this week, Seth. This is the FKA, the pod,
Mm,
the show. It's a Monday or a Tuesday or maybe a Wednesday. Who knows?
yeah.
But we're back here again. First order of business. Still drinking the Modelo Chelada. This thing is 24 ounces. It's large. I've been working on it all week. All right, give me a break. I'm not as good
I
as I
still
once
got.
was.
I was good once though. I got Sunkist Zero, still same one, and in a water on the left. No,
Nice.
no more jelly shots right now.
Oh man, I've got Coors Light still. Just a little bit left though. I've been working on it all week as well.
Does not sound like there's a lot in there.
Damn, dude. We're the most badass people on the internet.
That's right. That's
Drinking a
right.
beer over a whole week, man.
Yeah.
I mean, honestly, that's a little bit of a what is it called? That's a I don't know.
Pro budget move.
Pro
You're making that shit last a lot longer.
what's the word? Discipline. We're disciplined individuals.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, totally.
But yeah, I guess this podcast we're just doing whatever we want. Don't have a whole lot of fun.
Yeah, you were talking about magic a minute ago, so they just kind of threw it in
That's
here.
true. That's true. Off the pod, talking about VNTCGs. But I do have
Yeah.
an "Am I the Asshole" segment for you guys.
Perfect.
All right.
Perfect.
So we can
Perfect.
start off the new show by spreading awareness of potential assholes out there online. We've got 3 stories today. I'll give you the titles so you guys can pick which one to read first. But if we have time, we'll read all 3. All right.
Got it.
First title is "Am I the asshole for bringing a meat-based product to my vegan friend's dinner?"
Yeah.
Second one, we've got "Am I the asshole for giving my daughter $60 a week, but my son nothing?"
Yeah.
And then we've got "Am I the asshole for exposing my sister's fake cancer to our parents after she refused to come clean herself?"
That's a can of worms. I think everyone might suck in that one. I think that might be everyone might suck. Just at the top. They all seem good to me. So I would Seth choose because he didn't get to choose last time.
That's true because I was in our last episode. I was the newscaster.
That's right.
Yeah, I want to do the vegan one. I think.
Good call.
You might have
As
some
a
good insight.
vegetarian.
Yeah, you might have some
you're gonna
insight
have
here.
some good insights here. I recently watched a video on how brutal the meat industry is, and maybe it's
Which documentary did you watch?
it was
there's
a
one-
YouTube video.
Oh, I watched a crazy documentary one time about
Yeah.
that shit. I
It
still eat
kind of
meat.
makes me want to maybe try to start eating less meat.
Yeah.
Maybe, who knows?
You don't have to cut it out completely. You can just eat less and then.
Yeah, exactly.
Easy.
Yeah. All right. Am I the asshole for bringing a meat-based product to my vegan friend's dinner? I, 22 female, was invited to a group dinner hosted by my friend Hannah, 23, who's vegan. In the message, she said, it would be awesome if you all could bring plant-based dishes so everyone can try everything. I didn't think it was a rule. I saw it more like a suggestion. I'm from Chile, and my friends love our food, so I decided to bring empanadas de pino. De pino? There's no tilde
You-
over the end.
Yeah, you were right the first time.
Non-vegan, and sopapillas con pebre, which are vegan.
Mm.
I made sure to put a visible tag that showed the vegan and non-vegan food. She didn't try none of the dishes I brought. At the dinner, Hannah looked really upset and later texted me that I was really disrespectful for bringing animal products into her home. I apologized, but I also didn't think it was that big of a deal since I didn't force her to eat it, and I brought a food that she could also eat. Also, mind you, we've already eaten non-vegan food there plenty of times, so I would have never guessed, it would be such a problem. Am I the asshole? And then at the end, after they ask if they're the asshole, they say, guys, it was not a small dinner with friends. We were 27 people there, and there were over 20 different dishes to choose from. with most of them being vegan.
Oh, then she's a weirdo. The host is a weirdo. This person brought 2 dishes. One was vegan, one was not. Not everyone there is just she. Obviously, there's other non-vegans there because there's
Yeah,
only so
I
many
mean-
of them.
That's true. I mean, what are the odds that you're going to invite 27 people to your house and all of them are vegan except for one? Right?
Pretty low, I would
Yeah.
say.
Well, yeah.
Yeah, so I'm a vegetarian. I don't know if that gives me extra sway here, but yeah, I don't think you should. I think that a lot of times these vegans, they give themselves a bad name because like it's really not that big of a deal.
Yeah.
And probably the way to get people to want to be vegetarian or vegan, if your mission is to convert people or whatever, isn't to do this. I don't know.
Yeah, no. The argument, the save the animals argument, doesn't really do anything for me. Like for the veganism thing, the only reason I would ever do it is the health benefits. It's the fact that it doesn't kill you as bad. It's all the other stuff. Like that's why I would do it. I don't give a fuck about no animals.
It kind of gives me the same vibes as like people who would maybe get upset if you didn't recycle everything properly or didn't compost properly. You know what I'm saying? Because it's like, okay, in all reality, if I forget to recycle a Diet Coke can,
Yeah.
nothing's gonna happen. If I recycle the Diet Coke can, nothing's gonna happen. Like me doing this is not gonna change anything in the entire fucking world. You know what I'm saying?
I have only ever recycled when I lived at home. I have never recycled for like, I don't know, 9, 8, 12 straight years or whatever, college through whatever I lived in Colorado, didn't recycle. Just fucking throwing it in the trash. I'm not gonna. It's fucking garbage. It's trash. It's
It kind of
trash.
gives me the same vibes. It's like, okay, you can be vegan if you want to, but ultimately it's not going to change the society that we live in.
Interesting that you would criticize society yet you live in it, Trent.
Yeah. Get out of society then, Trent.
Yeah,
No, I'm
sorry,
kidding.
man.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, I think you can say it would be really nice if you brought a vegan dish. I mean, I might, if I was like, oh, we're having a vegan-themed vegan party for vegans, and you show up with a non-vegan dish or whatever, I might be like, oh, that's weird. That's not what I asked for. But I'm not going to be like, oh, I can't believe you. That's horrible.
Well, and you brought 2 things.
Yeah.
She brought 2 things. One of them worked. One of them was
And what was it? Enchiladas de pino and what else? What was it?
empanadas.
Empanadas.
Empanadas and sopapillas.
Okay. Yeah,
Empanadas,
that's probably the best
non-vegan.
food there too.
Yeah, right. Exactly.
So
Yeah, well, the verdict here was asshole.
really,
Surprisingly enough, yeah. The
Huh.
top comment says, "Your vegan friend organizes dinner and requests her friends to bring plant-based dishes so everybody can try everything. You decide to bring a non-vegan dish. You're the asshole." That's the top comment.
But there's 2 of them. There's 2 dishes, bro.
yeah,
Yeah.
and I mean,
Yeah.
I get it, but like, I think this is really minor compared to some of the other stuff that we get in these asshole things.
Yeah, remember that one like guy who like would only eat his mom's food and and like hated his wife?
You remember the one where the guy had his twin come in, and then
Oh, yeah,
then he ruined his in-laws' Christmas Eve or whatever.
Oh, and we had a similar one to I think this one that's coming up about like the fake cancer. Like a couple weeks ago, didn't we have one where like the sister, like there was like one sister's like kind of fucking up through college and med school or whatever, and like going on vacations, and then this other kid was like, or the brother or sister was like, "Fuck this lady." I feel like that's kind of similar to this cancer thing, where it's like exposing them for like, "Hey, you're just going on vacations all the time. You're not strapped for cash. You don't got cancer. You just got a bad haircut."
Bad haircut.
But yeah,
man.
anyways, there were some people in the comments that were like, "I don't understand." Like, one person says, "Okay, but why is it always the person that brings 2 dishes that gets yelled at?" Somebody says, "Let's be honest, bringing beef is pretty extreme. It would feel like a step over the line for me personally." It would be one thing if it were ovo-lacto vegetarian but not vegan. What the fuck? Or whoops, I didn't know that was.
Isn't ovo lacto? Isn't that what else is there?
Yeah, I don't
Honey.
know.
That's a manufactured food.
Well, not according to the vegans. Yeah,
I don't
I'm
give a fuck what they think.
I'm pro honey for sure. I don't really know what ovo-lacto whatever is. I think that they're saying that to distinguish it from people who eat fish, which is not vegetarian.
Not vegetarian, yeah. Right. Anyways, there you go. There you have it. Reddit's a bunch of vegan assholes.
Yeah.
All right,
well,
Reed, this is your choice, man.
cancer.
We got,
Yeah, give me the fake cancer one.
Giving my daughter $60 a week, but nothing
Mm-mm.
to my son.
Fuck them.
or
Fuck
the-
them.
or
Give me
the-
the cancer one. Give me the cancer one.
All right. Am I the asshole for exposing my sister's fake cancer to our parents after she refused to come clean herself?
Yeah, fake
34
cancer is pretty crazy. Like,
Yeah, yeah, this is kind of nuts. It is kind of nuts. I, 34 female, just found out my sister, 31, who has been telling my whole family she has cancer for the last 8 months, has been lying. She shaved her head, said she was doing chemo, and had our parents move in to, quote unquote, help her through treatment. I started to have doubt when, besides also staying out late relatively frequently, she would never let anyone attend appointments with her, and she clearly had way too much money or way too much energy for someone going through aggressive chemotherapy. Last week, I ran into the office manager of my sister's oncologist at the coffee shop. It's a small town. I casually mentioned my sister, and the office manager was confused. She had no idea who I was talking about. I did some digging through doctors and spoke to my sister about what I learned, and she broke down and spilled her guts.
I wouldn't say that. That's such a ugh. Spilled her
It
guts.
turns out she fabricated the whole story because she was in over her head with debt and wasn't able to afford her apartment anymore. The cancer story got our parents to move in, and she could then stop paying her bills. I was furious and told her that she had 24 hours to tell our parents the truth or I would. She asked me not to tell them because it would ruin her relationship with them. She did not tell them, so yesterday I took everything to our parents. Our parents are heartbroken. My sister is acting like I had no right to out her, and she didn't even say this to our parents. She was going to stage a miraculous recovery next month. She said I ruined her life and that families should be trying to defend each other rather than expose each other.
Well, I mean, I get where she's coming from, and from her angle, the brother totally fucked everything up, bro. She was living clean, and then this guy came in and fucked
She was
everything.
about to have a recovery. She probably paid off her debts.
Yeah, she was about to be golden. You fucked everything up. You are the asshole. Nah, I don't know. This is a shitty situation. I don't think the guy, the person who's saying this, that obviously wasn't. I feel like he was doing it vindictively. I don't think he was really doing it to like support his parents. I think he was just pissed that
Yeah.
his sister was lying about the cancer, defrauding his parents. I guess is pretty. But like,
I do think there should be a way to like, once you find this out, there should be a way to like end the lie, but also not ruin relationships within your family and financially ruin your sister. You know? I don't know.
Yeah. So, if you're trying to come up with some excuse here, like I feel like I'm not saying that anybody should do this, but I feel like saying you have some disease, blah blah blah, is probably a pretty good excuse because, like, I don't think that the office manager of the oncology place, like, they are not allowed to disclose whether this person had appointments and stuff. So like
They got
I'm not
HIPAA.
Yeah. So, you
So
know,
the
if you want to
oncologist
have
is
some
the asshole.
exactly, yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, lock it in. No, I think it's hard if you took them to court or whatever. Like, oh, well, I guess you're.
how does
actually-
this guy know who the fucking the oncologist manager is?
That is kind of interesting, isn't it?
Yeah. I was just like, I mean, sure, I was going through it. Just that I didn't want to poke holes as we're reading the story, but it's a small town, okay?
Yeah,
and you know
here's
who
what they say.
the manager of the oncology office is? Oh,
Yeah.
come on.
They said I ran into the office manager of my sister's oncologist at a coffee shop, quote on or parentheses small town, and it's like, okay, if also maybe the sister is a little bit of an asshole here, because like if you're faking having cancer,
try
in
that in a small town.
You're going 3 towns over.
Try that in a small town. Try faking cancer in a small town.
I'm not going to the Cleveland, Alabama oncologist, bro.
No.
I'm not doing that even if I did have cancer. I'm leaving the entire state of Alabama if I have cancer. I'm not going to be there.
Hey, just like we talked about in our last podcast, we chose that our tax dollars would go to Brian
I'm
Denny
gonna drive to
Stadium.
my chemotherapy
Hey.
appointment in Atlanta, dude.
Yeah.
Hey, at the time when I was living there, that was fine. Now that I don't give a fuck what they do.
Yeah.
Tommy Tuberville's trying to do some dumb shit and he's getting called out for it.
He
On
doesn't
the
even
internet.
live there. That's the thing about
Isn't
it.
he like a senator or something? Like, don't you have to live there
Yeah,
sometimes?
he's,
Yeah,
he's
he's
either
a
a senator or a representative. I don't
He's
know.
a senator.
Hmm.
Oh, man, what was
T
that?
Tubbs.
Yeah, Tubbs.
Remember that other guy that fucked horses or whatever? Or like, what was this? What was that?
Whoa.
Like he like was in a like inappropriate relationships with kids. Like the
Oh, Roy Moore.
yeah. The guy that, we had that win and then he lost the next time. Whatever that guy was. Like,
That's
Yeah.
crazy. I don't remember that.
you don't remember Roy Moore? That was a big talk back then.
Back then, there have been
Back-
a lot of crazy things since then. I feel like, you know.
Yeah,
Like since even last pod.
Yeah, exactly. So also, not to shout out the oncology manager, but yeah, this is a hard thing to pull off in a small town. It's like you just shave your head, show up to the coffee shop, everybody knows you. They're like, oh,
yeah,
you
right.
something going on.
You're probably on every prayer list out there. How are you gonna explain that
That's good.
to God?
Yeah. Exactly.
How do you like? I don't know. Maybe technology has changed, but it's like even a couple of years ago, you get chemotherapy, you are gonna lose a lot of your hair. Like I don't know how
Yeah.
you get through that part. No, it's
But
Yeah.
I don't know if you could take him to court. I'm not a lawyer. If you take the oncology manager to court, like, oh, you spilled the beans about not knowing who I am. It's like, am I a Hippocratic oath to not talk about people who aren't my patients? You know what I mean? Anyway,
Yeah.
like maybe
Right.
this person doesn't have any protections because they're not actually a patient. I can't protect your anonymity if you don't actually come to the office.
well,
But-
yeah, it makes sense. They don't have a.
Yeah, who are you?
Yeah, but yeah, I don't know. I don't know how small this town got to be that this guy's an oncology. He's not the oncologist.
No.
This person's just the manager
He's
of the
office
oncologist.
manager. Yeah.
Which is like, why do you know that?
Yeah, you got to pick a different oncologist for sure. So I think the sister's the asshole. I think that she could have pulled this off if she did it better, but she didn't. I don't know if telling the truth is ever. I think it is often actually asshole behavior, but I think it's the sister's asshole. Lock it in.
I think everyone sucks here.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, if you're going to Reddit at all, maybe you
And
suck. Maybe you
the
suck a little bit.
parents were willing to move in and pay the bills of the sister. Why couldn't he? They seem like they were helpful. Why couldn't she have like asked them for
Been
help
like, hey, I'm having
prior?
a hard time.
Because she was in over her head.
I guess so.
Weird, dude. Weird.
Buy yourself a lot of pathos with the cancer story.
It's true.
It's true. Yeah.
Lose it really fast though once they find out it's fake.
You get anti-pathos.
you get logos checked big time.
The verdict was not the asshole. Top
Okay,
comment
yeah.
says not the asshole for telling them, but you were a tiny bit of an asshole for not demanding that she tell your parents immediately, like within 15 minutes of finding out. 24 hours is too long to be deceived into thinking your child is dying. What do you mean too long? It's been like
they were already deceived. Yeah.
it's been
months.
Oh,
Yeah.
It's been months.
No, and she was just working up towards her miraculous recovery.
Yeah, she was supposed to be fine in a month.
Right.
Yeah.
All right, moving on. Final asshole situation here. Am I the asshole for giving my daughter $60 a week, but my son nothing? I, 45 female, have 2 kids, 17 female and 15 male. We moved earlier this year to be closer to my parents as my parents' health is declining. My daughter was excited about the
Fake
move, but my
cancer.
son was struggling to adjust. Due to the move, my job shifted to hybrid, and I needed a work from home setup. My bedroom is too small, and the only option were the lounge or one of the kids' rooms during school hours. I proposed this to them. My son flat out refused. No way in hell. But my daughter offered her room and half joked about charging me rent for the space. I thought it was fair, as I get a $20 a day work from home allowance. I agreed to give it to her if she was okay with me setting up a small office in her room. I work from 8:30 to 5, and she usually starts homework right after I finish, so it's worked out well. Now the issue. My son is pissed that his sister is getting $60. I don't do regular allowances, just canteen money, about $10 a week, and other needs as they come up. Who calls it canteen money,
I
right?
feel like these are Australians or something. Like that's pretty
Yeah.
weird.
That is a weird thing to say.
Because they said the lounge too, which I think just means the living room.
Yeah,
Canteen money.
canteen money, about $10 a week, and a $20 a day work from home allowance. That's interesting.
Yeah,
Anyways.
20 Australian dollars maybe.
I told my son he had the same opportunity and was now shit out of luck. He got angry and brought up the move, saying he never gets to see his friends. Parentheses, for the record, I drive them back to visit every 2 weeks. I told him I understood his feelings, but said I wouldn't tolerate being spoken to like shit. He then started an argument with his sister, too, going in on her for being an opportunistic bitch. And she called him a whiny little asshole. This has to be, like, doesn't this
An
sound like it has to be Australian, right?
Opportunistic bitch.
And she called him a whiny little asshole. To cool off, I offered one of them the option to stay at their grandparents' for the night. Not a punishment, but to break the tension. My son opted to go, and while dropping him off, my mom told me I was favoring my daughter and should be paying them equally. My dad disagreed, saying my son had the chance and was shit out of luck. Am I the asshole? And then ETA, I don't know what ETA means. The conversation took place over the course of the afternoon, and I didn't immediately agree to the deal with my daughter. I offered it to my son first, who reiterated hell no and get the fuck out of my room.
Oh my god.
I also should mention the reason I have the smallest room is due to the lack of insulation in the ceiling and flooring, making it damp. And as we're heading into winter, I wasn't sending either kid in there. Oh, here we go. The room also fits a single bed and a set of drawers, with essentially no other space at all. We own the house in, any guesses? It's a city.
The damp thing is really interesting. It's super
own a house.
damp there.
In a city, I'll tell you later, and I don't have the spare cash to get it insulated at the moment or even fit any of my equipment to work from home in there. So, based off of this entire story, what city around the entire world do you think
Is damp?
It's damp, and they
Seattle.
say they curse a lot,
they curse
and
a lot?
they use dollars.
The 15-year-old son says, "Get the fuck out of my room" to his mom.
America.
Oh, they use dollars, didn't they? I was gonna say it's like it's supposed to be damp in Old England.
Canteen is weird though.
Canteen is so weird. I'm gonna say this is in.
Brisbane.
All right.
Is that the wettest city in Old Australia? What's the capital of the Philippines? Manila. I think this is in
I think it's
Manila.
All right, it's Auckland, New Zealand.
Oh, we were close.
You're close, dude.
Right continent.
Yeah,
dude,
right.
yeah.
Okay, so she
Asshole.
cut a deal with the daughter to give her rent for using her room 3 days a week. I guess $20 a day. The son had this opportunity first, and he said, "Get the fuck out of my room."
Yeah.
I think that I don't know if she offered the son rent, but regardless, I don't think he would have taken it. $20 in New Zealand probably not going to take you very far. I think that I don't think that she's the asshole. Lock it in. The mom's not the asshole. The son kind
No,
of.
the kid's being a
Yeah, I
twerp.
kind of agree. I feel
Yeah.
like, yeah, maybe the only thing she could have done different is ask them both at the same time
Yeah.
and tell them both that she would give them money.
Yeah.
But at the beginning, it does say, like, her daughter, like, kind of jokingly was like, well, yeah, you can do it if you pay rent, right? So the son didn't even really think about it. And it wasn't even her idea, like the mom's idea. So,
Yeah, the sister's just better at exploiting an opportunity. I mean, the brother was right. She's an opportunistic bitch. She's taking that board back though, you know.
Yeah.
And real quick, the 60 New Zealand dollars is 36.2 United States dollars.
Yeah.
that's kind of tough.
Yeah.
Dude's getting pissed over $30.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, to be fair, I never got an allowance growing up, so I'd be pretty pissed about $30 too.
I just asked and got money if I needed it. It's like, hey, I
Yeah.
need some gas money. Here's some money. All right, cool.
Yeah.
Car's not gonna go very far. I'm like, yeah,
All right.
here's
well,
$20. Get 4 gallons of gas.
The verdict was asshole. And there's the top comment. I'm not going to read it because it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 paragraphs. So,
Oh my God.
yeah, sorry about
It's
that.
like longer than the story.
Yeah, pretty much. I think it actually is. So,
Wow.
But anyways, Reddit thinks this lady is an asshole.
I thought she was fine.
Yeah.
This person from the top comment, a paragraph from the top comment says, "I guess the only part that made me err towards you're the asshole is that you have been so dismissive of your son's needs, and that phrase shit out of luck feels so rejecting. And to encapsulate how he must feel to be uprooted from his peer group and watching his sister being financially indulged whilst he is just getting criticism. You say you won't tolerate being spoken to like shit, having just spoken to him that way. It seems like do as I say, not as I do."
That's crazy that this commenter got all of that from what, like 100 words.
Yeah.
Hey, people on the internet be doing a lot. They be doing
Yeah.
the most.
And I'll say, I think that this is a good parent. I don't know if we said the gender of the parent or whatever. But anyway,
The mom or whatever?
this mom or dad or whoever it is, they're taking the smallest bedroom, the damp bedroom. Okay, they're
not
driving
insulated.
they're driving their kids every other week or whatever to go see their friends wherever they lived before. Like, I think that this person's doing the best they can, and I don't know. So I don't think you can. From what I'm picking up, I think this is a good parent. I don't know how you could pick up. I don't know. There's a lot of cursing, I guess. Maybe that doesn't jive with some people on Reddit. But
Yeah. What's Gork got to say? What did Gork say?
you mean Grok?
No, yeah, Gork. What's Gork up to?
What's Gork?
Yeah, you're saying his name wrong because I disrespect the robot.
Dude, I think this is maybe the first time in history where we've completely disagreed with every verdict.
Oh, we're
Oh,
betting
wow.
0 right now? Fuck.
Yeah. You guys said not the asshole on the 2 assholes.
Oh,
And I
Dang.
think we said asshole on the non-asshole.
I said everyone
non-asshole.
sucks on the second one, I
That's
think.
true. Yeah.
But yeah, but it's because that's
wow.
well, I don't know.
If all your friends jumped off a bridge, would you jump off a bridge too?
Yeah,
maybe
shit.
maybe we're right. Everybody
If you
else
pay me
is wrong.
$30,
You paid me 30. You paid me 60 New Zealand
I would,
pounds.
but my
shilling.
opportunistic bitch of a sister would.
She did it first.
she's already done it.
She shaved her head and everything.
I said, fuck no. You get out of my room.
Get the fuck out of
You
my
guys-
room.
If you met 2 people, one of them was from New Zealand, one of them was from Australia, do you think you'd be able to tell them apart?
How much time do I got? Like, how many, like, do I get 5 minutes talking to each of them? Or is it just like
I think I
they
could
say
do,
one thing?
I think I could do it from one sentence each. The same sentence from both of them.
Wow.
Yeah. I
What are you
bet
talking
I
about?
could-
Which?
Quick brown fox?
Yeah, something like that. I think maybe this is wrong, but I feel like New Zealanders are typically a little bit more like nasally.
Hmm.
Yeah.
Interesting.
I think I could pick the Australian one. Oh,
Well, if you can pick that, you get the other one too, right?
Yeah.
Maybe. Well, it's like, do you get the answer if you just reduce it down to the one option? I don't know. Like,
Yes, you do.
you get the right answer, but did you know the answer? I don't think so. It's like, did you know the knowledge? Or you just cheat
So
by
you're
by
saying,
knowing the other
you're
stuff.
saying you would need to be completely surprised, where like one of the people is from Australia, one of the people is from New Zealand, but you don't know that.
Yeah. I think that would have to be better. That would be a
And you have to
better
guess
test for
where
this.
they're from.
Then they just say, "Where is this person from?"
From-
You have to
Yeah,
guess.
Yeah, rather than the other one, because then it's just like, okay, well, one of them's got to be New Zealand, one of them's going to be whatever. So you just disperse it.
right.
But there's 300 million countries. I got to throw a dart at whatever one it is, even though it's this guy's from Australia. Maybe
Right. Yeah.
pick somewhere else.
Interesting, dude. I've been watching a lot of Taskmaster on YouTube. You guys know about Taskmaster?
Yeah, I've seen clips of it. It's like a British TV show where there are a bunch of funny guys on it and
Yeah.
funny people.
It's a British TV show where they have like seasons where 5 comedians are like the contestants on the show for the whole season, and they win points by doing like stupid tasks, like pouring all of the water from one container to another and spilling none of it on the floor, but you can't use your hands or something. You know what I'm saying?
Oh, so it's kind of like the college shoot like the dropout stuff that they do.
Maybe.
It's like Ellen DeGeneres' Game of Games.
Yeah, a little bit. It's like a minute to win it, but
Yeah, that's a better comp.
yeah.
Yeah.
But there's like also like more like artistic contests where they're like, okay, do the best performance of this, or like paint the best piece of artwork using your feet or something stupid. I don't know. I'm just making
Yeah.
things up. But anyways, they had an off spin of the show that's Australian, and the Australian version was way
Game changer.
the Australian version was cooler. Australian Taskmaster, the accents were better. The dudes were funnier. So yeah. Anyways, check it out.
They
on
love
YouTube.
to-
They have like all the episodes up there for free, as far as I can tell.
Huh.
And the newest
Yeah, they-
season of the British version, has Jason Mantzoukas, the American actor who plays in a lot of comedy movies and is in Big Mouth.
He's an Invincible.
Jason Pimento, I think.
Yeah.
From what's it called?
9-9. He's also Rexplode.
Yeah, that's right.
Rexplode.
Yeah, Rexplode. Nice.
Jason Jerry Pimento, whatever it was.
Something. Yeah, he's got a weird last name.
Yeah. The last name I'm pretty sure was Pimento. I don't know the first name, but I've been watching a show too recently.
You have?
Me and my girlfriend Jill, we finished. Oh, I got a couple things here. I got a new credit card that gives me discounted access to Disney Plus and Hulu.
Oh, huge.
Okay.
Disney Plus again. I finished The Acolyte.
Oh, what about Andor?
It's bad. It's bad. I'm about halfway through Andor. It's great. And watching Andor right after watching The Acolyte is like, wow, this is crazy. Like,
So
the difference between these things.
Some Star Wars news real quick that came out this week is that the lady who was running Star Wars, the Lucasfilm, is like gonna step down or whatever, and they're gonna get a new person in. And one of the people that's in talks about it is to be Dave Filoni, and the quote was, "It's not the Andor guy, it's the Ahsoka guy."
So
Which is kind of loaded, if you ask me.
I haven't seen Ahsoka. To be fair to Dave Filoni, I think he did The Mandalorian as well, which was pretty good for a while. I think it's weird now because they did. Oh, it's actually also Boba Fett, but that shows are kind of the same thing at some point. But yeah, and also Andor, it's got like a very like I don't know if you guys have seen it. It's like excellent. You guys should watch it, and it's very like, especially the second season is like very like prescient. I don't know the word I'm looking for like current events. Like it's kind of.
I've seen some like like people be like, you guys just watched Andor and you're still rooting for these dudes, huh? Like,
Yeah. And I mean, it's really interesting too, because like it goes. I mean, it goes. There's more of the back end of what happens in the Empire, which you don't get in Star Wars the movie. Is
Bureaucracy.
you've got this crazy wizard guy, but yeah, there's bureaucracy, and also there's like a propaganda department, and people are like listening to the propaganda. And you got people who are like, no, you've been watching too much Imperial TV or whatever. It's really interesting and very good. The Acolyte, it was good. It sucked at the beginning. It was pretty good in the middle, and then it sucked again at the end. But that's hey, that's a Star Wars minute there. Watch Andor. I haven't finished it yet, but it's only 2 seasons, so that's it. But they're both pretty long. They're like 12
Spoiler:
episodes.
eventually he dies.
Yeah, if you've seen the Rogue One movie, yeah, you know what happens to that guy.
Oh,
But
yeah, go ahead.
He's turned into dust.
I've been watching a different show, but
On Disney Plus.
on Disney Plus Hulu. Disney now fully owns Hulu, so the plan I have at least is the two of them together.
You got ads though.
Yeah, I got ads.
Ugh.
The show. We finished. Me and my girlfriend Joe. We were watching a baking show, but we finished all the seasons of the baking show. So we had to find something else, but there was no good baking show, and so the next best thing was like a home improvement show. But we didn't really find a good one to settle on.
You gotta watch Love It or List It.
By the time we needed to like eat dinner, it's like we were like, okay, let's just turn this one on. And I thought it sounded so funny. It's called "You Can't Turn That Into a House."
You bet I can.
That's
And then you guess they turn cake into a house.
It's not cake.
Is it cake?
But the plot is it's these two guys who are brothers, and they have this like contractor guy who's not their brother, but they're like the 3 recurring characters. The episodes are only 20 minutes each, and it's like they're like there's 1 season, so like I think we're gonna be finished with it like in the next couple days. But the plot is the shtick is they've got like they get hired out because I guess they're experts in this particular area, where there's like somebody and they're like, oh, I want to take this old. I don't want to give you too many examples because I want to ask you about some things that you think might be able to be turned into a house.
Shipping container.
Yeah, so it's something like that. It's like it'll be some property owner and they're like, oh, I have a shipping container here in my property. I'd like to turn that into a house. The other weird thing about this show is they're always on like a deadline. So the first episode is like, we have 5 days to turn this into a house.
Oh, it's like
Why?
extreme makeover home edition, but small.
Yeah, I don't know why it's always on such a deadline, but that was so crazy on the first episode is they were like, they will be here in, 5 days for a hunting trip to stay in this place that we're going to turn into a house. So, but wow, I guess it wasn't that successful because there was only the 1 season. So, based on that description, right?
Or maybe they couldn't turn anything else into a house. Maybe they figured it out. They did everything. Like it's like, yeah, we can't turn that into a house. You're right.
Yeah, that one's not going to work out actually.
Yeah.
So based on that description,
Damn,
what
you
are some
got me.
things? What are some things that you think they might be playing with to turn into houses?
Car. Truck.
Okay. One of the issues we ran into when me and my girlfriend Jill were brainstorming this is a lot of these things are very small. Like turning a car into a house is probably going to be a little small, right?
Yeah.
A bus.
Bus, yeah, they
bus
do
is a
bus.
really good one. Dude,
Stagecoach. What are those weird like horse things?
horse
The little
trailer,
the horse trailer.
that's kind of what I was thinking, like a horse trailer situation.
Yeah.
I don't know. I
No.
mean, it doesn't really seem like there's much that you can turn into a house that isn't a house.
Like a building, a shed. Can you turn a shed? Does that count? Oh, we turned a shed. We turned a garage into a house.
Yeah,
Like-
they did a what they called a bison shed, which I guess it's like half of a barn, kind of.
Yeah, right.
I've seen people buy it's like not a warehouse or it's like I don't know. Basically, it's like they buy like a warehouse and they get it on their house on their land and then they turn that into like their mixed house living space or whatever.
Yeah, they haven't really done anything where it's like really building at the beginning. It's been a lot of vehicle things. So like
It's
they've
all
done
cars.
They should do like a tree house.
Train.
It's already got a house on the name.
Train.
Well,
don't
I
think
think
train.
there's an HGTV show where I think it's just a guy making tree houses. Yeah.
Yeah.
that one's pretty sweet.
So they probably didn't want to. They didn't want to infringe on that guy's territory. So far, the first episode is
A boathouse.
It's like a tank, not like a tank that's going to be rolling through the Capitol for our leader's birthday soon, for the parade. Like a tank that would hold, I don't know what it held, some kind
Water?
of liquid. I don't know why you would have, maybe, yeah, it's like kind of
Like an oil tanker?
tubular. I don't think it would be oil because I don't think you could live in there. Like
An
I think
oil?
there would be a smell, and also maybe it
Oh,
would
it
be
smells
poison.
good though. Gas smells good.
But it was like a giant metal tube, right?
Yeah,
Okay.
like a silo, but on on its side.
Yes.
A side low.
Yeah.
That's good. It was a side low. Then
There's
they
just a fucking septic tank. They're just like, let's turn my.
then they did bison shed, as I said, but bison
like
shed
a-
was too
Sorry, go ahead.
bison shed was too small, so they had to also slap on a storage container, typical like ocean storage container.
Right. I was gonna say like a
Plain fuselage would be
oh,
dope.
That's a good one.
Plain. That's pretty
I
good.
was thinking like a fallout shelter,
Okay.
a bunker that's already underground.
But can they turn any of these into homes? That's the real question. They sure they can make them into a house, but can they make these into homes?
It's in the
That's a
name,
good
man. It's
question.
in the name. You can't.
Yeah, you can't. You can't even turn it into a house, really. Then they did school bus. Again, school bus. One school bus is too small, so they had to do 2 school buses. And then
It's crazy. How do you do that?
That's not much bigger, bro. Why don't you just
they
buy
had
a
'em-
fucking
they had 'em-
house?
They had them perpendicular. And then they had like a deck in between them.
Okay. I was gonna say the magic of turning a school bus into a house is that you can move it around.
Oh no, you can't move this around.
You can't think any of these move. I think. Would you
These
live?
things are
Would
stationary.
have you seen a single one that you would live in?
Not permanently. Would I stay there for like a weekend? Yeah, I would.
Year.
Especially a year. That would be tough.
It's
because,
it. They just pick up where your apartment building disappears, and all of a sudden you just your bus house is right on the same plot of land.
I lived in a camper trailer for a year. It wasn't that bad.
Yeah, but would you
Yeah.
want to live in a T, like a big old bus T with the
That would be
The bus
cooler.
team.
That would be way cooler than a camper.
the Teen Titans building made out of buses?
Yeah, that would be way sick. That'd be nice.
What is it? What did Miss Moppet live in? Like Middle Miss Muffet, she lived in a whatever.
She lived in a Tuffet, didn't she?
Yeah,
No,
it's
she
a tough.
sat on a tough fit. She didn't live anywhere. It doesn't say where she lived.
She didn't live anywhere.
Well, who's the one that lived in a shoe? Didn't one of them live in a shoe?
That's the old woman who lived in a
Yeah,
shoe.
it's just an old woman.
Yeah, well, that's pretty.
I
That's
think
right
her
there,
whole
huh?
thing is she was just mean, right?
I don't know.
But can they turn a shoe into a house?
No, but me and my girlfriend Jill recently, we've just been saying, you know, we'd see something and say, "Oh, you can't turn that into a house." Oh, it's been fun.
I went to a comedy show the other day, like on Friday, because one of my friends, his sister, was performing in it at the Laugh Factory down in Chicago.
Yeah, dude.
It's like yeah. Oh, to that one?
I think so.
Okay,
it
cool.
near-
Yeah, there's.
It's kind of near like Lincoln Park.
Yeah, I think it's like near Boys Town. So since we were there and it was June, there's a like me and my friend were making the joke. You can't say that. It's June. Like, you can't. You can't do whatever. You can't do X, Y, Z. Literally anything. You can't jaywalk, bro. It's June.
Yeah, nice. How was the show though? How was the comedy show?
It was pretty good. I liked it a lot. It was like pretty race-based jokes for like most of it. So some of that gets a little like, some of it was kind of hack. There was like 1 or 2 people who just did some hack shit.
Yeah.
So
Can you give me the description of hack?
that's like kind of corny, or it's a joke I've heard before.
It's like
It's like, oh, you didn't really think very hard on this joke, or it's like pulling up like Twitter jokes
Yeah.
on stage. That's hack.
Yeah, totally. That makes sense. Yeah, you're looking for something
Yeah,
more
quite
original.
different than us.
The opposite.
Yeah,
of
no,
hack
we're
is
great.
original.
Yeah, nobody's getting on stage and talking about what we talked about this episode.
Yeah. But hey, going back to sort of Andor being somewhat relevant.
Oh yeah.
I also watched a show that was a movie that was surprisingly relevant, at least in the first 20 minutes. And that movie was Mickey 17 by Bong Joon-ho.
Yeah.
Excellent movie. It's got Robbie P. and Robbie P. And
17 of them.
yeah, 17.
Well, there's only 2 of them at a time.
Yeah,
there
pretty
can
much.
only ever be one at a
One or
time.
two
But
at a
there's
time.
2.
Yeah. Mark Ruffalo is like the bad guy, kind of.
And he's bad.
Yeah, but it's pretty funny. It's not like a film, like
No.
like Parasite.
Yeah.
It's definitely more Snowpiercer than it is
yeah,
a Parasite.
yeah.
I liked it though. I thought I had more fun watching this than Parasite. This
Yeah,
is my
it's a fun
my
movie.
second favorite Bong Joon-ho movie.
It's a fun movie. It's full of like just funny, weird sci-fi moments, which is
It's a good sci-fi film. Mark Ruffalo's just fucking awful.
yeah. Well, my only complaint about the whole movie is that maybe this is just because Bong Joon-ho is the producer, but some of the like dialogue just felt off. I don't know. Some of
There's
the
a
lines
there's
just
a
felt-
through line about like the sauce, which is weird. I never really
Yeah.
picked up quite on what the sauce was supposed to be.
Yeah.
And then they just like there's like the lesbian chick whose girlfriend gets killed at the beginning of the movie,
Yeah.
or
and
the
then she's
bisexual
like-
or whatever.
And then she's like,
And
"Well,
she's
I
like-
want Mickey now."
Yeah, it's like we're about to, and then she like becomes like a developed character for the first 2 acts of the movie, and then they drop her
Yeah.
in the 3rd act, and she just disappears. that and Mark Ruffalo being fucking dog ass actor in the movie really got me because he's fucking awful. He's not a good actor.
He's good.
He's
in
doing-
other things, man. He's good. In
Yeah,
other
he's bad
things.
in this. He's dog shit in this. Like he's doing the worst Trump stuff ever.
Yeah. So that's kind of the relevancy is like at the beginning of the movie, everybody's trying to like leave planet Earth to go like colonize other planets, right? And this one politician is like buying and leading this voyage to a new colony on a new planet.
Because he lost the election at home.
Yeah, because he lost the election, and it's like.
But then Trump won, so this movie just doesn't hit the same.
Yeah,
So
yeah, it's like Trump, because all the people that are trying to get on his spaceship are MAGA, like 100%.
I think they even have red hats. Like it's really not.
Wow.
It's
Yeah.
not subtle.
Yeah, it's pretty
Wow.
funny. It's pretty good.
It's overt. Yeah.
Well, that's really interesting. It's like if you did the Mayflower, but it was just a whole bunch of people who like couldn't. Well, the Mayflower they
Was
weren't
full of a
very
bunch of
successful, were they?
racist suckers too. Like a bunch of fucking awful religious crazy people.
And they had to get bailed out by the Native Americans. So, so anyway, just that spaceship probably wouldn't be very successful. So then they have to create Mickey. Why do they have to create Mickey? Is he like
He
fixes,
signs
like,
up
the
to be
engines?
an expendable. I think
Yeah.
is what
So
but
the
then
there's
term.
he
this
gets-
new controversial thing that some company has developed a way to like transfer your consciousness and like reprint your body
Yeah.
over and over again.
And so he does like the dirty jobs and gets
Yeah.
killed all the time.
Yeah, he's like
Yeah.
he's Mike Rowe.
Okay.
Yeah, except for they like have him. Hey, go outside and just be in space until you die.
Yeah.
Hey,
Oh my
why
God,
don't we
they
just?
torture him?
Hey, why don't we just put you in this tube and pull all the air out of it?
Yeah, they
Hey, what if we just inject you with some of the worst shit ever and see how
sauce.
long it takes for you to die?
Oh my God.
Yeah, it's pretty wild.
Oh, you fell on a cliff? Bang. We'll get you later. Oh yeah, Steven Yeun's in this. He's a real piece of
yeah.
shit.
Yeah, Steven Yeun, he's in there.
Wow.
But yeah, it's pretty good. I liked it. It's entertaining.
Yeah.
So
I heard some people complaining about it because they were like, Parasite was like so artsy and critically acclaimed and stuff, and this was not that. But I'm hearing you both also saying that, but that you liked it more. Because I watched Parasite, and I think I don't remember it very much, but people were talking about it a lot. And it was good, but I mean, kind of slow. I don't
yeah,
know.
I think Parasite was more like I don't know, like a twist at the end situation.
Yeah. Tell you a film I want to see is the new Wes Anderson film
Yeah.
Oh, the Phoenician scheme.
Yeah, I want
with
to see
Michael
it.
Cera in it.
Yeah, I want to see that this week. I chose to see Ballerina as my movie this past weekend. I try not to see more than one because it's fucking 2 hour commitments. It's a lot of movie. I only have to see 2 to make my money back. So I'm gonna see that one. The Phoenician Scheme. Good movies are coming out again. Movies are back. There's been no movies for a while. There's
Thanks,
some
Tom
shit.
Cruise.
Thanks, Tom Cruise.
But also, I've
Thanks,
heard that just like movie theaters in general are not doing good.
No, they haven't been for a while, long time.
So if you have an opportunity to go to the movie theater to watch a movie,
To support your local giant Regal megaplex.
that's right.
support a like a local one if you can.
Yeah,
That would
yeah.
be good.
I've heard good things about Bring Her Back, but I'm not going to watch that movie because it's a scary one. And there's a good one that's coming out with Dave Franco that looks kind of neat. Not going to see it, but it looks cool.
Is it a scary movie?
It's a body horror movie. I think it's kind of like that, whatever that one that came out last year.
The Substance.
Yeah, that one. That one's called Together.
The Substance, but for men. This is the man substance. with
Oh,
Dave
this one
Franco.
like Dave Franco and Allison Brie like get their lips like fused together. It's in the trailer, not the trailer, the poster. There's also a Karate Kid movie coming out. Lilo and Stitch is out.
I'll also say.
Hello.
Oh, I was gonna say. Also, if I get my lips fused to somebody, it's gonna suck, but that's a really easy thing to fix. Like lips fusion, like we can handle that.
It's gonna stink real bad, but we just scissor that and then we
Just move on.
cauterize that and we're good.
Yeah, we just gotta do this, and then we gotta move on. It could be much worse. But
Brushing your teeth would be inconvenient.
that's
Like,
why we gotta do this
just, like,
first.
look at each other the whole time.
We're lip to lip just all the time. What if you have to like
Go
number two?
anywhere. Yeah, what if you need to walk anywhere? What if you need to? One person can't see where they're going.
You have to walk sideways. Oh man, it's actually a comedy. This movie.
I mean, I'm pretty sure I'll have some funny parts in there. They all gonna do. And 28 days, years later, looks pretty cool. I haven't seen the first 2 movies. I think there's 28. I think there's 28 days and 28 weeks.
Yeah, I haven't seen.
They skipped months.
Yeah, they went to years.
Wow, I think that they're both on Hulu, which I have now with
Oh.
commercials. There'd be so many commercials on that thing. Watching a movie, it's like so many commercials on just a TV show. Like you're watching Andor, like half of it's ads. It kind of sucks, but
Oh no.
anyway.
That's why I don't have that shit. I only subscribe to places that don't have don't have ads.
Well,
But, hey, you
free
know
Go-
what-
For
you know
free
what doesn't-
Gorman,
You know what doesn't have ads?
us.
What?
Us, but also a good old fashioned book.
That's true.
We're going to be getting back into those good old fashioned books here soon. So if you want to give us some recommendations on what we should read next, we've got a few ideas floating around, but nothing's decided yet. You can let
Maybe
us
we'll
know.
choose next week.
Yeah, you can let us know.
Maybe we'll read World War Z. That's a zombie book.
There you go.
I've already read it though.
You can let us know what we should read
Maybe
next
one.
by emailing us at fkthepod@gmail.com. You can also let us know by sending us messages on Instagram, on X, on TikTok, on Threads. Hit us up anywhere and let us know what we should read next because we're liking it. We're liking dogging on some books.
Yeah.
Ad free.
Bird dogging. Adios.